Hi guys, and welcome to Cultnomics. My name is Paul Hanley, and today I'm going to be chatting to you about asymmetric information. In this video, we're going to concentrate on a market failure called information asymmetry. And this causes a market to fail in a number of different ways, but principally it's based on a situation where two parties have access to different information. And in this situation, a market can fail for two reasons. The first reason is due to something called moral hazard. And in order to explain this, we're going to look at a simple example and the hidden action that's involved in this simple example. The example is where you have a manager who we are going to call, in this case here, the principal, and we have the worker who we will call, in our case, the agent. And in this situation, it is very hard for a manager to monitor and to make sure that an employee, a worker, is working as hard as possible. In some cases, a worker might come in late. That might be quite obvious, but in other cases it mightn't be as obvious. For example, if they were looking at their social media, if they're looking at Facebook while on the job. So this leads to a market failure, and the definition of it is the tendency of a person who is imperfectly monitored to engage in dishonest or otherwise undesirable behavior. So in this case, it's the worker not working to full capacity. Another example of this would be in terms of dentistry. In this case here, what we have is a dentist who has an awful lot of information about what they do, and you have a patient called a principal who doesn't have that full set of information. And in this case here, there could be a tendency for the agent who knows more to induce extra supply in the market, and this would be called supplier induced demand. So again, a moral hazard issue, that there's extra supply that's not necessary but that is induced. The second example over and above moral hazard is called adverse selection. And for adverse selection, we talk about a hidden characteristic as opposed to a hidden action. Again, we're going to take an example, and this example here is about a second-hand car market where we have the principal here who is the car dealer, and we've got someone who is trading in their car. We call this person the agent, and this person trading in their car knows an awful lot more about their car than the principal, than the car dealer in this case here. So again, we've got an information asymmetry. We've got one person with more information than the other. Now, if our individual trades in their car, there could be one of two possibilities in our example. Number one is that the car is a lemon, i.e. worthless, and has been trashed. And in this case here, we would say that the car for trade-in value is worth about €1,000. However, if the car was well kept and if it was serviced regularly and so on, it would be worth an awful lot more. And in our case here, we would say it's worth €5,000. The information asymmetry is that the car dealer does not know whether it's a lemon or a good car. So if it's a bad car or a lemon, what we're going to say is there's a 50% chance that it can be this car when it's traded in. There's also a 50% chance that it could be a good car. So this is what the dealer is anticipating with anyone coming in trading a car, a 50% chance of bad or good. Now, to work out this and to work out what we call expected value, what we can do is we can throw it into a formula whereby we take the value for a bad car, which is 1,000, multiply probability that it is a bad car, which is 50%, and we add this to the value of the car if it was good at 5,000, again multiplied by the probability 50%. So in this case here, multiplying out the first probability gives us €500, and we add this to the second calculation, which will give us €2,500 in the case of a good car with 50% probability. Adding up both of these, we get an expected value for the car dealer, and the expected value he would give would be €3,000 per car, but no more, because he doesn't know if they're good or bad. Now, the problem here is if the car dealer offers the expected value of €3,000 for the car, well, if you've kept it very well and you think it's worth 5,000, you will not be very pleased at being offered this 3,000 euro if it's a good car. So why is this considered a market failure then? Well, if a car dealer is only offering 3,000 euro for every car coming in, the person who hasn't kept their car well, the lemon, will have a tendency to supply that car, to sell that car off. And in which case there will be an oversupply of lemons, of bad cars in the market, and an undersupply of good cars, because you won't accept the 3,000 euro when you know your car should be worth 5,000 euro. So that's adverse selection, and the definition of it is when a principal knows more about their situation than the agent does, leading to the agent preferring not to do business with the principal. And this is a market failure because it leads to, in our case, an oversupply of lemons or of bad products in the market. I hope you call back to Cultnomics soon. Bye for now.